I'm Norman Robinson, and welcome to Affordable Housing Matters. We hope that 2020 brings on a great new year and some new solutions towards your goals in home ownership. On today's program, we will speak with an organization that details how individuals can go through the step-by-step operation in progress to the next level in achieving their housing goals. We have a comprehensive and informative show planned for you, so don't go far.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding.
The Neighborhood Housing Services of New Orleans' mission is to create and sustain healthy and vibrant neighborhoods through real estate development, education, and community building activities to improve the quality of life for all residents in our city. Joining me now is the CEO of Neighborhood Housing Services, Ms. Amy Batiste, and an accountant with the organization, Ms. Waldreka Johnson. Ladies, welcome to Affordable Housing Matters.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So glad to have you, because it's another opportunity to service people who are in need.
Right.
And you know we are in the midst of an affordable housing crisis here in the city of New Orleans, as we have been for far too long. Right. So the objective of this program is for us to have a discussion where the objective is, once we end this program, people who are viewing this will be equipped with what they need to pursue some affordable housing. You think we can accomplish that?
We can do that.
Yes,
All
we
right.
can.
Well, the first thing we want to do is find out what is Neighborhood Housing Services.
So Neighborhood Housing Services, or NHS, as most people know, it's been around over 40 years, founded back in 1976.
Wow.
And we are committed to supporting community development in its many forms. One of our main programs is home ownership preparation. How do you buy? How do you own? How do you keep your house in this era of foreclosure? And credit stability. We want people to be able to be financially stable. So NHS was founded on that premise of helping people realize the dream of home ownership and to be able to build wealth because they own in their own neighborhoods.
What about credit stability, Ms. Johnson?
Credit stability is really important. I mean, you need to have a good credit score so that you can purchase a home. You need it to get a job. It's very important. And a lot of our clients that come through our doors don't realize how important it is, and how just having a conversation with one of our counselors can definitely put you on a path to being able to understand what your credit is, what a credit score is, what are the credit agencies, what lenders look for when they look at your credit report. So when you leave us, you have a clear understanding of what it entails to have good credit.
What are some of the basic challenges that people face when they're trying to pursue credit stability?
One of the basic challenges are collection items, understanding that because we have a lot of what we call quick fix credit repair agencies that let our clients lead our clients to believe that, oh, we can get rid of this, that credit can be fixed, that it's something that's broken that can be repaired quickly, and that's not the case. A lot of times it takes time to build bad credit history. It's going to take time to build good credit history as well.
So you're here to say that when you see these programs that offer to consolidate all of your debits,
Yes.
all of your debits into one lump sum to take, you're saying buyer beware.
Yes, definitely, especially if they're telling you, oh, if you give me, say, $1,000, I can give you 90 points, give you a 90-point increase on your credit score. That, not all the time, you should be very cautious about that. You should know that you can keep that $1,000 in your pocket because you can do a lot of the things that they do for you. You can do them yourself. And that's what we do at Neighborhood Housing with our financial literacy program, with our financial fitness program, is that we equip them with the skills and the tools that they need so that they can do a lot of these things on their own. You can send a dispute letter. You can actually review your credit report and determine something that's been on there for more than 7 years, and that you can reach out to them directly and say, look, this needs to come off my credit report. Instead of paying someone to do, losing out on $500, $1,000, when you can actually take the time and do it yourself.
And the important piece of that is owning our own stuff.
Yes.
That's what I like to call it.
I like that.
Because normally if I fix it for you, then how are you going to sustain
Yes.
that position
Yeah.
once we get you right? But if you've learned how to review your credit history, your financial wellness, if you can monitor that on your own, then you pass that along to your kids and everyone else. But if I fix it, then you don't know how to go back and resolve something that comes up.
Is that what we start with when we move into the program that you're offering? Do we start with financial wellness? Is that the beginning point? Walk us through the process.
Sure, and I'll let Waldreka. So Waldreka is our director of home ownership, and I think the process for anything that you're doing with NHS is basically the same. I think they have something they're going to put on the screen so people can see it, but you can definitely walk folks through what happens.
So the very first thing that you need to do is you need to complete our application, of course. And what we do, we take that demographic information from you along with your income as well as a tri-merge credit report. And you sit down with one of our housing counselors, and our housing counselor basically walks you through your credit report. We walk through their expenses, we walk through their income, and we talk to them about how where you are in the home buying process. If you're near mortgage ready, we like to say whether you're bankable or non-bankable. And it gets basic. It gets you straight to the point.
Yes,
ma'am. If you were to go before a lender, and we have lending partners that come out and talk to us and let us know what their requirements are, what they're looking for when a client comes through the door for them. That'll make the approval process less strenuous. And what we do is we talk to our clients and we let them know, hey, here's the minimum credit score that's required. Here's where you're at. Here are some suggestions that you can do yourself to ensure that you can increase your credit score. If you have items on your credit report that can be disputed, we provide our clients with sample dispute letters. We also take a look at their income. How long have you been with your employer? If your income, based on your income, here is what you could possibly afford. And then we get asked the question, well, I want more than that. Well, here's the next step. Here's what you need to do so that you can be able to afford more. So I always encourage my staff, and I encourage my clients as well, if you sit in front of me and I say all you can afford is a loan for $90,000 and $90,000 and you want $150, okay, here's what you need to do. This is what you may possibly need. I never make my clients feel like that just because you're not bankable, it's not possible. Because if you take these steps and you commit to it, the process takes as long as you're willing to work on it.
So yeah, to piggyback, so the steps are really easy and they're on the screen. You contact us, you fill out an application, we do an intake where the credit report is pulled. One important thing to note, there are companies that give you a credit score that you can access online. Many people have heard of, different agencies.
Experian.
Yeah.
Well, not just Experian, but like Credit Karma. That gives you an overview of your credit. But the credit report that we pull is a tri-merge report and is the same one the banks use.
Yes.
So that is very different from what you'd pull individually.
So you wouldn't have access to that? I mean,
No, even your annual credit report that you can get for free does not have all of the things that a bank looks for. Norman, I tell you, when you see this credit report, it's got so many different symbols on it and notes, and I can't read it. Our counselors do a fantastic job. We're HUD certified. They know this work. And it gives the bankers everything that they need to know. So we know the first day what you actually have on your actual real credit profile. And that's important for our listeners to understand. Yes, you can pull your Experian, your Equifax. Yes, you can use Credit Karma as a tool to help you understand when something pops up on your credit that is not yours. But it is not your true credit profile. So you want to come in so that you can have a full understanding of what your credit profile is.
And what we teach in our classes as well is we let our clients know that Credit Karma, Experian, Equifax, all of those that offer you credit reports, they are good for informational purposes. They really are, because they tell you the meat and the potatoes of what's on your credit report. But the score that the lenders, that the banks, mortgage companies that they use, finance companies, the credit score that they use only comes from a tri-merge credit report. And there's sometimes sometimes there can be maybe a 10 to 20 point difference in between.
That much of a difference?
Yes, when the calculation that you would get from Credit Karma compared to the calculation that you would get from the banks.
Why is there such a gap, a disparity?
So there are what we call credit models, and there are different companies that use different models. Credit Karma has its own model, maybe FICA 2.0. The banks, they use FICA, and it's very old, it's very antiquated, but very complex, but they hold the money, so they can make the decision.
So he who has the goal makes the rules.
Makes the rules. So they use this FICA score, and there is this credit score, that the credit report that they pull, the tri-merge report. This report is, I'm talking about, it gets down to the nitty-gritty. Like, it tells you everything.
From the beginning.
From the very beginning of your credit presence. How long you've had credit history, if you've had any liens, any judgments, bankruptcies.
Oh my goodness.
This
is worse than Big Brother.
Yes.
This is George Orwell, 1984. This is the real Big Brother.
Yes. So it gets down, it tells it all, and it is much more intensive. As far as the information that's listed there, it can tell you your the last time there was a late pay. There may be collection items that may show up that on this tri-merge credit report that may not necessarily show up on your report that you get from Credit Karma or the report you get from annualcreditreport.com. And that's why this is the end all to begin all.
And that's why when people go into a bank on their own, and they come equipped with their free credit reports and all that, and the bank says, well, what's this collection? What collection are you talking about? Because they've not used the same tool.
Yes.
So we walk our clients through that, and we hold your hand. You know, this is not
thank God.
anything.
Thank God you're holding my hand.
Please don't feel intimidated. That is why we ask everyone, regardless of your income, the one thing they did not teach us in school is how to buy a house.
Right.
You didn't learn that in school.
We didn't learn financial literacy,
Absolutely.
really.
You didn't learn that. You did what your parents said and opened up a checking account and you winged it, right? So we want to equip people with correct information. In the world of technology, it's a lot of information out there. We want you to have good information. So you come through, and once the counselors look at your credit report and look at your household budget and help you create a better household budget, then you're on a path to whatever it is that you want. It may not be a house. You just might want good credit because you want to buy a car.
Yes.
You might be ready to get your first apartment, or you don't want somebody to co-sign for a loan. We help you get stable.
Yes.
So that your credit profile looks good to a lender. Once you leave NHS, you're ready for the next step, whatever that might be.
Wow. So this sounds like a crash course in financial literacy for everyone, for the public at large.
It is.
So how do I access this? How do I find you guys, and how do I sign up for this?
So you can go to our website, which is www.nhsnola.org. On our website, you can, the link will get you started on completing our intake application, the documents that are required for you to have, the documents that are required in order for you to participate in the program. And then it also has our phone number, which is 504-899-5900. there, you can give us a call, or you can stop by our office, which is located at 4605 Farrelly Street in New Orleans, and you can stop by Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 3:30 to pick up an application, to talk with our intake coordinator, who can walk you through the process on what's required in order to enroll in the program. And we want everyone. We want those. I mean, we want high school seniors that are embarking on college that don't know the difference between a credit card and a debit card. We want them to go out, and we want them to be equipped with basic financial knowledge, so that they can come back once they graduate from college and come back to their local neighborhood and purchase a home and even start a business. Because a lot of people start businesses and are not aware of how important it is to have sound financial stability and good credit just to start a business. Because your business doesn't start out, banks don't start out giving your business loans.
So
they base it on your personal
information. So this is basically
information.
the key
Yes.
to everything.
Yes, it
the
is.
key. One of the challenges that we didn't mention earlier is that the counselors do find is the student loan debt.
Yes.
Oh, wow. No, we can't leave that unchecked.
We cannot. And we understand, you understand that everyone doesn't get scholarships, they don't get the free financial aid. But we can help counsel you on the best avenues to take of the many that are available to you. And the counselors work with you on how much money do you need. Don't take all of the money if you don't need all of it, because it's very easy. And the traps are, you take all of your student loans that you get and you live off some of it. Well, then that adds to that student loan debt. And if you ask any banker, any lenders right now, what are they finding? It's student debt. Student debt is weighing down everyone.
Yeah, that's a
across the
huge
country.
problem, especially among African Americans.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I attended a training in Baltimore, a home ownership convening, and one of the biggest things among the African American community that keeps us from purchasing a home is student loan debt. And I'll be the first to say that's the one thing that is a hindrance for me becoming a homeowner because of the student loan debt. Yes, because if I would have known the information that I've learned from the training that I've received to become a counselor, I would not have ever taken out as much debt as I had. I do appreciate it because I do have a degree. I'm actually one of many individuals that are working in the field that I got a degree in, but when a lender looks at my credit report, I have excellent credit history now because I went through the program as well. Because
makes sense to me.
Yes, I have excellent credit now because I've gone through the process. I've gone through the program. I've taken home buyers training. I've taken financial literacy. I have sat before a lender, and the only hindrance is the fact that I have upwards of more than $100,000 in student loan debt.
Wow.
Yes.
That's daunting.
Yes, and I graduated from college. I got my last degree in 2011, and I was not aware of how to maneuver.
So that's a key word, maneuver.
It really is.
Yes,
it really is, Norman. So we encourage the folks listening to the program, come over to the office and say we need help. Come over, let's sit with you and your child, or send your student getting ready to go to college. Send them over and let us do a deep dive with you on what's available, what you should think about. Once you get on that college campus, those counselors breeze through that stuff because they're used to doing that every day.
They know what they're doing, you don't.
They know, financial aid officers know. Yes. But come to us and let us help you, because we are seeing it for working families across the board, every demographic. They come in, they're ready to buy, but the debt load, and most of the debt is student loan debt. Yes. So you want to help people. If your child has not started school, or you're going back to school, you haven't started, let us help you on the front end. If you are inundated with debt now, let us help you now. Let us help you figure out if we can help change your repayment plan, reduce some of that burden on you so that at some point you can be free.
Yeah.
And I mean, and there are options, and I do think that equipped with the information and being educated on what options are available to you, because a lot of us think that the only option for student loans is an income-based repayment plan. And if you stay on an income-based repayment plan for the rest of your life, you're gonna pass away owing those student loans. But there are options out there.
Right.
And just come in and speak with one of our counselors, and they can talk to you about what options are available. They can even help you in reaching out to them. If you want us to.
So once we get a handle on this financial literacy,
Yes.
then we're ready to move on to real estate development.
Yes.
So,
Or home ownership.
or home ownership.
Right, right. So home ownership is the same process, Norman. So with home ownership, if you come to NHS and you're referred by a lender, we have a lot of lender partners. And if they refer you to us because they pulled your report and there may be a few things that you need, or you are seeking some sort of grant or subsidy and a home buyer education course is required, you come to NHS, the process is the same. We pull your credit report unless the bank has a recent one, and they send it over with the client, and then you sit with a counselor, determine what you can afford, and get into a class. And I can have Waldreka talk about it. We have two options: an in-person class, or you can even do it online.
Yes.
So you can talk about that, and I think
Well,
on
we're
your
talking
screen.
about home
ownership.
Home ownership.
Yes.
Home ownership.
So if you you can take the in-person class, which is 2 sessions that are held every other month, 2 Saturdays in a row, or you can take the online class. And you can take the online class at your leisure. But whether you take the online class or you take the in-person class, you still need to come and talk with a counselor. You still need to speak with us just so that we can make sure that you're on the path. And also, we also make sure, the reason why we ask that you speak with the counselor first is because the certificate is only valid for 2 years.
So when you graduate home buyer education, you get a certificate. That is gold, because then you take that to the bank. The bank then knows that you've completed a HUD certified class. And whatever subsidies, like the soft second programs, all of those programs that you hear about in the city, they require this certificate of completion. One thing I do want to add, we know people work.
Yes.
Sometimes you cannot come in. Our counselors do virtual office visits with you. You can
What does that mean?
That means if you want to FaceTime me, Norman,
Oh, really?
we can have an appointment, they'll do it. You know, we'll go to a meeting with you, whatever we need to do to have that session with you, we do that. And that's new in this era. So many people are used to coming in, sitting in the office. Folks work. And many people in New Orleans, if you're working, you're probably working multiple jobs. That's the reality.
Unfortunately.
Of where we are.
Yeah.
So we work with you to create the best scenario for you. Yes. We can set up an appointment outside of office hours. I don't want anyone to think that the 9 to 3:30 slot is the only time. Whether a virtual visit or you want to set up a special time after normal business hours, we're open. Just come.
So what do I need to do in terms of payment, fees, documentations?
So the list is on the screen of the intake is on the screen on our website. Once you go to the website and click, the application is there. It gives you a list of the documents that you need. If you don't have access to a computer, call NHS. Call us on the phone. Our intake coordinator will go through the list with you of everything you need. Bring those things in, mail those things in, however you need to get them to us. You pay your fee after the
You pay your fee.
and I'll defer.
So the intake fee is $50, and that includes your Tri-Merge credit report. Then there's also a fee for the classes. The classes are only $80. So whether you take financial fitness or you take home buyers training, for both sessions, it's $80. So altogether, we call it a program fee. The program fee is $130.
Now you can't beat that, Norman.
No, $130
Now
for
think
all
about
this
the-
information?
Think about
For all
the-
of this training?
Yes.
Right.
And your hours, we're here for you. Your certificate is valid for 2 years. Well, guess what? That $130 payment is valid with us for for 2 years. The
Wow.
only thing the only thing you're responsible for paying is if you would like an updated credit report. So every 90 days, if you need an updated credit report when you come for a follow-up appointment, you just have to pay for your credit report.
So after doing all this, things in New Orleans don't go without a party, right?
Yes.
Right.
We got to celebrate.
Yes.
We do have to celebrate. Let me throw one more thing in.
All right.
We also do construction management. There's some pictures on the screen of some before and after. So if you own your home and you want to rehab your home and you don't want to be taken advantage of,
Oh, really?
and you don't, if you look at that picture, wow. That's before and after. It's unbelievable.
Oh, I love that.
So, well, you didn't see the before. The before is, I thought, look at the before.
Oh, man.
Now look at the after.
Oh, man.
That's NHS at its best, baby.
Wow.
So we do help homeowners that want to rehab their home. Maybe they have a senior who is aging in place that needs a ramp or bars added. We help you. What we help you do is select the correct contractor, making sure that they are licensed, bonded, so that everyone understands how much it is and how much we're paying, and nobody gets taken advantage of. We lead you through the process. We can manage the process for you. I want people to know that in the city we have a lot of aging housing stock.
Yeah.
It is better to get someone who understands the process to help you versus a contractor who writes his own scope of work, telling you how much it is, and you don't have anything to compare that to. So we do offer that.
So is
service.
this open to anybody?
Anyone.
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 If I'm thinking of doing
You
some
should call
reconstruction
me.
on my house, I need to call neighborhood.
You should call NHS. We'll send our director of real estate out to you, and he will look around, talk to you about what you want, create a scope of work. You might say, okay, that's all I want you to do. Or you may say, I want you to help me find 3 contractors to bid on it. Okay, and we can go as far along in that process as you want to.
Yes.
Wow. So now I know it's time to have a party.
It's a one-stop shop, and it's time for a party.
It's now time to party.
So what are we doing for Mardi Gras?
So let me just reiterate that NHS is a nonprofit organization. And all of these things that we offer, if you listen to the prices of the services that we offer, and now you know how intel that is, we do need the support of the community to ensure that every program we have remains affordable for our clients, for the city, in the city of New Orleans. We are on February 20th, having our first annual celebrity event of the year. We do this every year at the beginning of the year. This year it's a celebrity Mardi Gras masquerade on Muses, the 3 M's. So on February 20th, which is the night of one of my favorite parades, Muses, we will be at Fogo de Chão, which is the Brazilian steakhouse. See those balconies on your screen? You can be on those balconies with us, looking at the parade as it travels right in front of us.
Now that's a party. Yeah.
So it's a party with a purpose. It is to support the work that we do. It is allow you to meet different people. Some of our clients will be there to talk about their experience, but we need you all to come out and support. It's a lot of fun. It's from 5 to 9:30. That means the streets won't be closed off yet. Get down there straight from work, park. It is all you can eat Brazilian food, and oh my gosh, the steaks and the meats are great.
Oh my God, you're
and
making me
shrimp,
hungry.
and the salad bar is huge. So vegan, vegetarian, we got you covered. Come on out. We'll have some entertainment. DJ Raj Smooth is going to be our celebrity DJ. Trixie Minx will be out there. Our burlesque entertainment.
You're going to have some burlesque entertainment?
Yes, it's so much fun. So we ask that you come out. You can find the event on Eventbrite. Just search for NHS. It will pop up. You can go to our website and get the information, the ticket prices, the sponsorships. We need your support. This is how we ensure that NHS remains relevant for another 40 years. It's through the support of the community.
Well, ladies, you have been a fountain of information.
Thank you
and
for
it
having
has
us.
been a joy to have you here.
Thank you.
I think we've done a public service here.
I think so.
I think people have been given some very valuable information.
Thank you,
So
Norman.
you're welcome to come back
Looking
anytime.
forward to seeing you.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Amy
Thank you so
Batiste
much.
and Waldreka Johnson, thank you again.
Thank
for
you,
being
sir.
here.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome. We will have more affordable housing matters right after this break.
You're watching WLAE, New Orleans Public Television. Find us on Facebook and
We would again like to thank our guests from the Neighborhood Housing Services of New Orleans for joining us today on Affordable Housing Matters. Also, thank you to our viewers for your continuing support of our program. And if you'd like to rewatch this or any other past episodes of our program, please visit WLAE.com and click on the programming link. There you will see all past episodes of this and other WLAE programs which you can view. I'd like to thank you again for joining us. I'm Norman Robinson. Have a good evening.